Did you know that you're poisoning your nerves by using 4 common household products? Let's get into it. I'm Rosemarie Havsom. I'm here to tell you that you can take back full control of your life by what you choose to put at the end of your fork. We're going to talk about neurotoxins and how you may be unknowingly using them all around your house. So the first thing is, what is a neurotoxin? A neurotoxin is something that affects the nerves of your body, and that results in a condition called neuropathy. So you may have heard of that term, especially if you are somebody that has suffered with type 2 diabetes. That's one of the signs of the progression of type 2 diabetes, where you develop neuropathy, peripheral neuropathy, where your extremities start to tingle before they lose sensation and the ability to touch and feel things. And that is why foot care is so vitally important for people that have type 2 diabetes, extensive type 2 diabetes. So neuropathy is that tingling, and the tingling sensation that people feel is the death of your nerve cells.
It is estimated that we are exposed to 30,000 chemicals every year. Amazing. Here we are specifically referring to breathing the chemicals. Cleaning products, scented candles, scented cards, perfumes, crop dusting, and any exposure you may have to any sort of chemical fume is going to have adverse effects. You can Google the ingredients in Febreze air freshener, and you can see that there are at least 87 known chemicals in it, some of which contain phthalates, which are hormone-disrupting chemicals, and other neurotoxins like BHT.
Well, it has a lot to do with it, because if you don't know, then you're unwittingly causing yourself to be open to developing that serious condition. And one of the common household products that we use that contributes to neuropathy is fabric softener and dryer sheets. Now, we've all heard the commercials about how great it is and to make your clothing static free and smelling fresh for days. And even worse are those freshener beads that last for weeks. This is so important to remember, that all of these chemicals and that smell, that clean scent that you smell, is the neurotoxin that is now crossing the blood-brain barrier and contributing to the breakdown of your nerves. And it's usually centered in the brain and in the extremities.
Inside of living well is avoiding toxins and environmental pollutants. Now, this is just about an impossible task, as the entire world is covered with these pollutants. But we can do our best to minimize our exposure to them by being aware that they exist. Eating organic food and eliminating the pesticides. That's a big deal. Another is to make sure that their air quality is clean, and that's where air purifiers come in and quality HVAC systems in the home. We also want to make sure that we're avoiding a lot of these what's called VOCs, or volatile organic compounds, that are found in the new paint, the new flooring, that are also found in laundry detergents, fabric softeners, dryer sheets, colognes, perfumes. Whenever we are going to bring something into our home, is it natural or is it poison? Always think about that, and don't bring the poison into your home. This is one of the key strategies on your way to the 100-year heart.
And that can lead to dementia. So neurotoxins in your fabric softener, in your laundry refresher beads, and also in your dryer sheets, these are so dangerous to continuously use, because it develops a cumulative effect. And that means it builds up over time, damaging more and more of your nerves, because it's being absorbed through your skin. So when you wear clothing that's been treated with fabric softener or with dryer sheets, or you sleep on sheets in your bed that have been in the dryer and tumbled with dryer sheets or fabric softener, you then are absorbing it through the largest organ of the human body, which is your skin. Another common household product that we use that contributes to neuropathy is air fresheners and scented candles. Now, this is something that's quite controversial because people seem to think that if you use an air freshener, you're actually killing the germs or the bacteria that's in the air. That is such a misnomer because it doesn't do that. What it's actually doing is spraying chemicals into the air in your home, which is usually shut up tight, especially in northern climates during winter seasons. Very few people remember that they still need to keep airflow optimal in their homes by opening a window in two areas so that you have a cross flow of fresh air. So if we're sealed up in our homes, hermetically sealed in our homes, sort of, then you are breathing in a compound, a concentrated toxic cloud of chemicals which are affecting your nerves and killing your nerves. So anything that has to do with artificial freshness, and we've all heard the commercials about a certain product where it says instead of cleaning it, just spray this on it to freshen it up. These are chemicals that cross the blood-brain barrier and are contributing to the incredible rise of dementia and the incredible rise of clouded thinking, foggy thinking, and neuropathy. These are neurotoxins that are being marketed to households as being something that's beneficial when it's actually not. The other thing you need to think about are something that was very, very popular during the lockdown and during a certain pandemic is hand sanitizer and antibacterial soaps. So let's talk about antibacterial soaps. What do they do? Now, supposedly, they're supposed to be able to prevent you from having any bacterial growth on your hands that then could transmit disease. The problem is that we need some beneficial bacteria that naturally occurs on our skin to protect us. Removing this bacteria leaves us open with no first line of defense for germs, viruses, bacteria, and fungi. And that leaves us unable to protect our bodies from these invasive organisms, leading to disease and lowered immune function. With the overuse of antibacterial soaps, we then are creating an environment where the body can no longer protect itself from bacteria. And this develops super bacteria and super bugs that then cause more damage than the supposed antibacterial soap that was supposed to prevent infection. So it's counterintuitive. And if we look even at hand sanitizer, which again was popularized during the lockdown, we have to look at the damaging effects of hand sanitizer as well. Chemicals that we're putting into our skin, that it's being absorbed into our skin, leaving us open to all kinds of infection and viruses. Because remember that anything that's antibacterial does not get rid of viruses. Also keep in mind that viruses can lay dormant for weeks at a time and then can regenerate during the optimal time because all they're looking for is the right host. These are products that are leading to the dementia and the downfall of our society because people are becoming sicker and sicker and more easily infected by so many of these products. And the fourth one, which has been around for way too long, is Teflon and other nonstick cookware. If we're using that, again, we are leaving ourselves open to not only ingesting chemicals, but they also let off a chemical soup called PFAs. And this chemical is very detrimental to our nerve health. These four things are so damaging to our nerves and our brain health and our immune function that we need to swap them out. And simple swaps are so easy to introduce. So for example, for our fabric softener, instead of using fabric softeners and dryer sheets, you can use a cup of white vinegar, you can use baking soda, and you can also use essential oils, oil packs as well in your washing machine and in your dryer. With air fresheners and scented candles, people think it's so romantic, but we're actually breathing in toxins. So a better way is to use essential oils and to scent your home gently. An even better way is to use charcoal to absorb any odors and to keep the room smelling fresh. And when it comes to cookware, our cookware needs to change. And you can use anything like stainless steel pots and pans, or my personal favorite, cast iron, which is so beneficial and so versatile to use as well, especially for people that are iron deficient. It's a great way to boost up your iron stores. And then finally, when it comes to washing your hands with antibacterial soap, instead of doing that, just use regular soap. It doesn't have to be any kind of special soap. It just needs to be a soap that can get rid of the dirt on your hands, and by using friction to wash your hands properly, you will remove the rest. These are simple things that you can do to switch out to make your life better. If you have any questions about neurotoxins and how to avoid them, then please comment that down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And do remember that I have a YouTube channel. It's Havsom, that's spelled H-A-V for Victor, S-O-M for mother. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.